Back again. Gordon Johnson. Back again. Guess who's back? 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 What up, everybody? It's your boy Dio from FunCloud.com. So, guys, holy shit, Gordon Jones is back, and right now the guy is saying Tesla is going to 19 US dollars. You know, when Tesla was trading above 2,000 US dollars, he made an argument and he said Tesla was going to 89, 87 US dollars, and right now he's back again. He is back. He's back. So, yesterday Tesla went down 21% to 330 US dollars. It was crazy yesterday, guys. I mean, I shared a video on Sunday. I wasn't shocked. I expected that dip to happen, but 21% dip, I didn't expect that. So it went down 21% yesterday, and right now it's trading around 351 US dollars pre-market, up around 6.45%. Sorry. So Gordon Johnson is out. He's saying Tesla is a busted story. Tesla is going down. There's no sales, there's no demand. Competition is coming. Europe is going to be smashing Tesla. Tesla battery technology is nothing. It's close to nothing. Tesla is zero. So don't let me waste your time. Check it out, guys. This guy is crazy.
First shakeout do you think that we get from the investors having to rebalance due to the fact that Tesla was not added to the S&P?
We think there's significant shakeout, and essentially we see Tesla as a busted growth story. Their global revenues essentially peaked in the fourth quarter of 18. Their U.S. revenues peaked in the fourth quarter of 18. Their auto margins peaked in the third quarter of 18. And if you look at their total capacity, right, reported in the second quarter, this is before 2 new factories added, 690,000 cars of capacity. If they hit their delivery numbers this year, they're only going to be at 63% of their reported 2Q capacity. That means they're only selling cars to meet 63% of their capacity, and they're building 2 new factories. Look, we think the reality versus what's going on is completely mismatched. We think the S&P saw that their earnings quality is extremely poor. Over the past 24 quarters, only 4 of those quarters have they seen profit less credit sales, the most recent of which was 3Q. And we think that's coming to the forefront today in the stock.
We're at 346. What gets us to 19, Gordon?
Well, listen, I think what gets us to 19 is Tesla has been unprofitable, essentially, without credit sales. And what credit sales are is they're taxpayer-funded subsidies to Tesla to essentially sell the credits it gets to other car companies that aren't making EVs. Everyone is making EVs now. So people don't need to buy tax credits from Tesla anymore. They're guiding those credits down 50% in the back half of this year, and we think next year they fall significantly. If you look at their core auto business, in the second quarter, they lost $300 million on the net income line. And if you look at the stock-based compensation, right, Elon Musk is going to get roughly, the expense this quarter in 3Q is going to be roughly $210 million. We think they potentially go back into losses in 3Q. So we think the S&P did the right thing, because if you include a company that big and then you go right back into losses, you're going to get a major hit to the index. So the point is, as the competition comes in, right, in Europe, their market share in the fourth quarter was roughly 35%. Right now, it's single digits, massive fall. Why? Because Europe implemented new rules where you have to sell EVs. As that competition comes into the U.S. and in China, where their sales came out yesterday, big disappointment, 11.8 thousand cars sold versus them saying they're producing over 20,000 cars in the month. We think as that competition comes in, we think that's when the stock price really starts to fall, as people realize they're not holding what they thought they are holding.
What gives you the confidence, though, Gordon, that now is the turning point? Because you've been saying this for a while, and still the market still loved Tesla. How do we know this is not just that gamma squeeze that we're all talking about, reversal of the gamma squeeze after the call options are out of the money, versus something actually fundamentally shifting within the perception of the stock?
Alex, great point. So listen, the reason why we think now is the time is because, again, Tesla has seen, they saw a peak in their revenues in the fourth quarter of 18, U.S. and essentially global. So the numbers have been getting worse, but you've just had all these outside things, S&P inclusion, battery day. Keep in mind, in 2015, Elon Musk said in 2 years, Tesla's cars would be able to do over 600 miles in a single charge. That was 2015, right? The initial battery day. They still haven't hit that target. Keep in mind, in the first quarter of 19, Elon Musk said they'd never need to do another capital raise, and they'd never lose money again. Roughly a month later, they lost $700 million, and since he said that, they've raised $10 billion in capital. Bally Gifford, their biggest shareholder, is selling stock. They've sold 33% of their position. So Tesla perpetually raises capital on these promises, right? Last year, the $1 billion capital raise was on 1 million robo-taxis on the road this year. That hasn't happened, right? They got a big boost this year, non-fundamentally, on saying they're going to make ventilators. They didn't. Ford did, GM did. So I think as people realize what they own in Tesla, and you see that competition come in, I think it's going to really start to move down. And I think those numbers are starting to come out beginning in 3Q.
Okay, you just mentioned GM. What do you make of the decision by Nikola and GM to get together? They're going to be building trucks. That's likely to potentially at some point eat into what Tesla wants to do as well. What do you think of Nikola right now versus Tesla?
That's a hard comparison. What I'd say is there's no cash exchange, right? GM got ownership in Nikola with shares exchange. It does suggest to me that Nikola's business model wasn't necessarily what they thought. But what we would say is that I think the real issue for Tesla is people think they're a technology leader, right? Tesla does not make its own batteries. I don't think the bulk of people looking at this understand that. They buy batteries from Panasonic, CATL, and LG, right? CATL is doing a 1 million model battery that anybody can buy. The batteries that Tesla buys from Panasonic, anybody can buy. The battery, GM announced a deal with LG Chem, so there's no technology lead there. And on full self-drive, right, Consumer Reports put out a review this past Friday. Elon Musk previously said Consumer Reports is very fair. It was a scathingly negative review of full self-drive. So if potentially the FTC in the USA does their job and says this isn't what they say it is, you could potentially have a revenue reversal. So there's a lot of landmines out there in addition to our core thesis, which is competition is really going to come to bite at Tesla's heels. And we think, again, you're going to start to see that in 3Q.
So guys, what do you think about his craziness? Do you think Tesla is going to $19 or do you think this guy is crazy like I am thinking? If you are new on my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell so whenever I make a new video and I post it, you'll be the first person to receive it. Come on guys, it's your boy Dayo. Have a wonderful day. Guess who's back?